I know that SMMAs are all the rage right now, but if you don't know how to land clients for your SMMA, then your status as an entrepreneur means precisely. Hey there, I'm Megan. For plenty of proven tips for making more money as a client-based business, be sure to hit subscribe and click on the bell to get notified when I upload new content every Thursday. SMMA, Social Media Marketing Agency. This is one of the latest money-making crazes made very popular by people like Tai Lopez and everybody else trying to look like Tai Lopez. Can it work? Of course, but there's a lot more to it than people tend to let on. In fact, a lot of the entrepreneurs that you see on social media are broke, but that's none of my business. Step one of growing a successful social media marketing agency is knowing how to land clients. Let's talk about how you can do that with cold emailing. I've got 5 tips to share with you, all of which are important for making cold emailing work, so be sure to stick around until the end of the video so that you don't miss any important details. Number 1, pick a niche. The leads that you are going to approach are hearing from people just like you, offering the same services every single day. And I know this for a fact because my leads have flat out told me so on numerous occasions. When you pick a niche, you effectively eliminate a good majority of your competition because you are zeroing in on a specific kind of business that you are going to focus on. And that area is going to become your specialty, your expertise. For instance, fashion, fitness, nutrition, tech. These are all examples of niches. If you're one of those people who are still saying, oh no, I don't pick a niche because I don't want to limit myself. You're wrong. Number 2, skip the free audits. I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to say it. Free audits are a waste of time. There, I said it. Your cold emails, don't need them. I used to spend hours upon hours creating these beautiful free audits for leads that I would approach. And guess how many of those leads I turned into clients? None! Now, that being said, if you want to do a brief free audit, once you've had at least one touch point with the lead, that's another story. For instance, if you've exchanged a couple of emails or if you've maybe gotten on a phone call and the lead has expressed interest in paying for your services, it's okay to do a short audit, but don't spend hours on it. You don't need to. In my experience, you don't need to be doing them at all. Have you tried free audits? If you have, drop me a comment and let me know what kind of results you got. Number 3, keep your budget tight. If you are just starting your SMMA business, then I'm going to guess that you are working with a smaller amount of cash. And even if you aren't, you don't need to be spending money where it's not necessary. One thing I see a lot of new social media marketing agency owners spend money on, a lot of money, is Facebook ads. Facebook ads are a really popular way to collect leads and then nurture those leads to hopefully turn them into clients. The problem here is that Facebook ads can work, but they are a lot harder to successfully execute than most people will say. Plus, you have to be willing to play with and probably lose a good deal of money before you find one Facebook ad that's a winner. It's not necessary, and I can say this from personal experience. I grew my business, my agency, to 5 figures a month in revenue, and not a single one of my clients came as a result of Facebook ads. And it wasn't for a lack of trying, because I did, and I spent a lot of money on it. Like free audits, cold emailing success does not need Facebook ads. If you want to test them out later, go ahead, but we're talking about landing you clients for your SMMA sooner rather than later. So we're going to eliminate anything that isn't 100% vital for your success. That means bye-bye. Facebook ads, gotta go. Save your money and connect with leads for free organically, which brings me to my next tip. Number 4, get on LinkedIn. My cold emails are so successful in converting leads to clients because they technically start on LinkedIn. My conversations start on LinkedIn. Your leads are buried in emails. They're not buried in LinkedIn messages. This means that the likelihood of being seen in their LinkedIn inbox is much higher than being seen in their email inbox. That's why we start with LinkedIn. Plus, LinkedIn is a little more casual, but it still exists for this exact reason, to connect with people that you think you might be interested in working with. It offers for a much more personal, slightly less formal opportunity to start a conversation with someone that's still about business. Connect with your lead first on LinkedIn and then take the conversation to email. And that brings me to my 5th and final tip. let's talk about the cold email. This video is all about landing SMMA clients with cold email, and I am just now getting to it. That was on purpose. Cold emailing is about so much more than the email itself. And if that's all you focus on, it's not gonna work. You have to put as much effort and energy into the steps that come before the email as you do the email itself. If you follow my first 4 tips, pick a niche, skip the free audits, do it on a budget, get on LinkedIn, and then send the cold email, which truthfully is more of a warm email, you are going to see your conversion rates skyrocket. It's worth the extra investment of your time. The quality of the cold emails you send is as important as the number of cold emails you send. And remember, I always encourage you to make the cold email all about them. This whole thing revolves around them, what they get out of this relationship, why they should talk to you, the benefits that they stand to enjoy if they take you up on your services. And remember, I've always told you that it's easier to close a client on the phone than it is over email. So end your cold email with a call to action, pushing to get the lead on a phone call, because that's where you're gonna finish this. Overwhelmed? I get it. I've spent over 10 years refining my technique for consistently landing clients. It took a ton of experimenting and trial and error and screwing up over and over and over again before finally zeroing in on the process that works. It works consistently and it works really well. What this has left me with is a very profitable business, as well as a reliable method for landing new business. I rely almost entirely on cold emailing to get me new clients. You want to learn my process? Good news! You can. I'm launching a private program on July 10th for a small group of professionals who I will work with one-on-one to teach them my exact process, step by step, for landing high-paying clients using cold emailing. It's called the Cold Emailing Formula, and I have a couple of spots left. After that, I am closing enrollment because I really need to keep this group of people small. If you're interested in learning more about the Cold Emailing Formula, use the link in the description below. That will allow you to connect with me directly, and we can see if the cold emailing formula is a good fit for you. Before you go, please give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Tell YouTube that you like my content, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you!